in today's video, as you can see, I'm not in my normal bedroom because I'm at my boyfriend's Joe's house. So anyway, this will probably be a good opportunity for me to talk to you, and also for him to talk to you also about how we met and everything else. So before I start this video, if you haven't seen myself before, I create content all about life, money and everything else that comes to mind. So if you do like that, please do remember to like, subscribe and comment. So let's get into the video. The first question that we received is, how did we meet? So you want to explain?
Okay.
Or?
Yeah, so we kind of met on the dating app Bumble. I kind of just saw your profile and thought it looked lovely. So I decided to swipe whichever way you swipe.
Yeah.
And then I think on that website you have to wait for you to go first, don't you? So,
yeah.
So yeah. And then you messaged me.
Yeah, so yeah, that's how we found each other, because I was on the site for about a week and I swiped a few people. I did message a few people, but he knows this anyway, and he's obviously, you know. But anyway, he was the only person I came across that I thought that just looked very nice and genuine and was kind of right for me. And he obviously knows this anyway, but it's fine. And yeah, I just thought that he was the right person for me, especially as I never had a relationship before. So I wanted somebody that was going to treat me right and be nice to me and everything else, and that's exactly what Joe is. I did try Tinder before, previously, but it wasn't really for me. And I think that Bumble was a good app for me to go on, because I also like bees and stuff like that, and I just thought it was kind of a empowering app for women to try and message men first rather than the other way around, and that kind of makes it a bit easier sometimes, especially on your first relationship. To be quite honest, when I first thought about going to relationships, I thought I'd probably be better to meet somebody in person, because online can be a bit dangerous sometimes, but it's proven wrong with Joe, because he's none of those things. And yeah, it's crazy to think that me and him actually live quite close to each other, and we were just a few miles down the road.
Yeah.
Next question is, how old are we? So you probably know from my videos that I've said before, but I'm 21, next month turning 22, and Joe is
23.
Yeah, Joe's 23. But as you can probably tell, he doesn't look his age.
No.
I don't either, so it kind of works out well.
Yeah.
So you're probably wondering, where does Joe live? Well, I'm not going to disclose that because it's personal to him and to me, and it wouldn't be fair to put that on the internet, nor would I ever tell you where I live either, because you do get strangers on the internet, of course, and that's quite dangerous. But yeah, he lives, I would say, about 10 miles or 8 miles to where I live. I do live in England, so does he. But yeah, so it works out really well. And what's also funny is that my mum went to the same school as his mum, and also they both have the same job, and there's so many similarities within his actual family as well, and my family, which is also weird in itself, because he went to the same school as my mum, which is weird.
Yeah.
It kind of gives me comfort in a way, though, because of that. The next question is, how long did we start talking for? So I remember that I think we started talking for like 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Every day on the app, yeah. And we sent photos, but I remember the first message, well, one of the first messages, we were on about like our interests and things, like we've still screenshotted some of our messages just for memories. But I remember one of the times that Joe messaged me, he said, do you want to call? And I felt really nervous, because I was like, I don't know what to expect, like what's it going to sound like and everything else. But I remember just sitting at the dining room table waiting for him to call me, and I felt really nervous.
Yeah.
And it just felt like hours on there, because we were just talking. It kind of flowed quite nicely, but it was very, part of me felt like, you know, why am I doing this? Because it just felt a bit out of place to be able to talk to somebody on the internet, especially giving information to a stranger at the time. But it's just weird how things seem to work out as they do, and I believe that everything happens for a reason, which I believe that firmly, and it kind of gives me comfort, not just with relationships but with everything in life. So, you know, I believe that maybe you're on a journey already and it's already mapped out for you and stuff. So, but yeah, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that gives me comfort. Obviously everyone doesn't believe that, but I do. So yeah, answer to your question, we probably started talking for about 3 weeks, and then we met. It was around about June last year that we decided to actually meet in person, and that was very, very scary because I was just waiting at this local pub in our local town, and I was thinking to myself, is he going to turn up? And he did. And he was actually who he said he was, which is even better.
Yeah. And throughout like the year, last year wasn't it, we kind of just saw each other every weekend or so and
Yeah.
got to know each other more.
Yeah. And then slowly, like December last year, then we started seeing each other a lot more. And it's only been this year really that we've started seeing each other like during the weeks and staying over stuff as well. But yeah, in the beginning last year we would just like see each other on a weekend and, you know, just get to know each other, because obviously Joe's never had a relationship either, so we didn't know what we're doing. We still don't really, but it's kind of the fun of it, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to take things slowly, and so does he. We did anyway. But yeah, the point is that we took things at our own pace, and that's important in any relationship. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, you're still your individual people, and you want to do what's right for you, not just together, but as individuals as well. So, but yeah, we took things slowly, and I think it paid off really well actually. So we both have anxiety, so we both struggle, and we both understand each other really well. And that's why we get each other so well, because we have so many similarities in every way possible that it's quite nice that we click really well, I think. So the next question is, what does Joe do for a job? But I'm going to let him explain it because he's probably better at explaining it, because it is kind of complex. But I'm not going to mention my job because you know that before in previous videos. But yeah, so I let Joe explain in his own words.
Yep. Yeah, so for my job I'm a visual effects artist, which means I kind of make special effects on movies. At the moment I do something called camera tracking, which is like if you want to add some CGI to a scene, you need to track the movement of the camera, so like the CGI matches the movement of the camera. So that's kind of why it's called match move, like the job. Yeah, I kind of got started in it when I did visual effects at university. I did that for 3 years at university, then I kind of spent quite a while finding a job in it, because that was like during the pandemic as well, so it was kind of hard to find work. Then luckily last year I got a couple of internships. I did one internship at Pinewood Studios, that was really cool, and then I got another internship online, kind of doing like artist kind of stuff, called like environment artist kind of stuff. I didn't get that one, but thankfully like this company that I work for, which I'm not going to say, is they kind of saw my internships and thought that my experience in that would be beneficial for the role, so thankfully I got the job.
Yeah, and I'm very proud of him, just to say that. Next question is, by the way, he's very intelligent in every way possible, more than me in some ways. I'm more medical based and things, he's more technical.
Yeah.
They kind of gel as well, I think, because it's nice to have different interests. So the next and the last question I've got is, what was our first date like, and kind of what did we do? So typically I guess a first date is more of a get to know each other kind of thing than anything else. But basically I went to my local town and I waited at this local pub for him, and he was a bit late, but it's not his fault really. But he was a bit late, but I didn't take it against him. But yeah, and then I remember he walked up the path, and then I said like hello, and he said hello too, because we were both very nervous. And then we kind of walked up and down, get to know each other a lot better. And then he likes coffee a lot, so we went into a coffee shop. What's it called? Cafe Nero.
Yeah, Cafe Nero.
Yeah. And then I remember sitting down opposite him, and I felt really nervous. Like I didn't really know what to say, nor did he, I don't think. But as soon as the day went on, I think like we both slowly opened up.
Yeah. And
I think doing this video in January was pretty good for both of us, because I guess we don't really talk about things like this much, other than personally. Yeah. And I think it's good for your mental health to also open up things sometimes. But yeah, I was very nervous, and so was he, but as the day went on it was better, because we yeah, we went to Cafe Nero for a little bit, and then we walked round, and then we walked to the Prada Lounge, which is probably a national thingy. But anyway, we went there for some lunch and stuff, and then I think that was kind of it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went on for quite a while, I think, because like we were initially just going to see each other for an hour or so, weren't we? And then we went to different places.
Yeah, and it kind of, I think it went well.
Yeah.
But I remember vividly when we were leaving, my stepdad Richard took me home and Joe couldn't drive, so he took himself home. But I still am learning to drive, but when I do learn to actually pass my driving test, it'll be so much more better for me in loads of ways. But anyway, I remember when I was leaving, I was about to give Joe a hug, and I don't think he knew what to do with himself.
Yeah.
So he left a bit awkward, but I felt it was kind of right. But those kind of things happened a bit later on. But yeah, I think we've been so open with each other in a lot of ways. Some things I'm not going to share on here because it's personal, but yeah, I have been so open with him, and so is he, about other things in his life, which I'm not going to share. But at the end of the day, we both love each other, and I think we are very good for each other in a lot of ways, and hopefully that will continue. But yeah, and that's kind of it from me and from him, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you'll see Joe on my channel one day soon, maybe, if he wants to be. But as you can tell, Joe is probably not as confident as me, but that's just because that's the way he is. But I like him for that, and he's more confident off camera, but I think so am I. So anyway, yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do remember to like, subscribe and comment, and hopefully I shall see you in my next video. Stay safe, bye for now.